Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Ridenour, Chairman of ACTA's Board of Directors, and I have the pleasure of welcoming you to the 19th Annual Merrill Award Gala. We have quite an evening ahead. My career was in corporate finance, and I endeavor to strengthen my Ohio community both through my profession and in community work and philanthropy. High among the things I am glad to have contributed to my state and the nation has been participation in higher education governance on 2 different boards of trustees, including 9 years on Miami University's Board of Trustees, ending as chair. And now I am on the Wright State University's newly formed academic council that will focus on civics and workforce development aligned with Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. It was my work on Miami's board that brought ACTA to my attention some 7 or 8 years ago. It is an understatement to say America's great institutions of higher education are not nearly living up to their promise, and that includes even my beloved alma mater, Miami. I suspect there are many in our audience with exactly the feeling about the institutions that we attended. But neither I nor ACTA will ever give way to despair. We don't traffic in anger and publicity stunts. We work steadily and confidently with success and impact. Strategy, organization, and tactics define all well-run organizations. Working on the inside with ACTA and getting to know its mission and its methods and seeing its victories, I have real reason to hope that American higher education will again be unquestionably the envy of the world. I have admired ACTA for many years, first for the help it gave to me through the research and publications as I worked as a trustee to lead and bring about changes that my university needed, similar to so many others that ACTA guides. Second, ACTA sees no contradiction between its vigorous defense of the liberal arts and its focus on higher education efficiency and effectiveness. And third, at a time when too many fine higher education institutions are broken, ACTA has been dogged and successful, one hill, one battle at a time. The free expression environment in the country is not good. I partially blame the press, who have blurred the lines between news and opinion, as well as individuals who hide behind little glowing screens. Justice Louis Brandeis wrote of the press, "The function of the press is very high. It's almost holy. It ought to serve as a forum for the people through which the people may know freely what is going on. To misstate or suppress the news is breach of trust." How are we doing on that front? He also wrote on free speech that repression breeds hate, that the path of safety lies in the opportunity to discuss freely supposed grievances and proposed remedies, and that the fitting remedy for evil counsels is good ones. Again, I ask, how are we doing on that front? I am no expert on these matters, as some of you, but one thing I know for sure is that the 3 pillars of ACTA of promoting academic excellence, defending academic freedom, and ensuring accountability is perhaps more important today than when ACTA was founded some 30 years ago. We have helped legislatures craft strong civic education requirements to restore America's knowledge of their history and institutions of government. We have helped schools adopt the Chicago principles of freedom of expression and declare institution neutrality instead of broadcasting its campus orthodoxies. We institute old-fashioned debate programs to accustom students to the free exchange of ideas on which our democracy rests. We have also helped dozens of Board of Trustees scrutinize budgets and hold their administrators accountable for the way they use taxpayer and student money. There have been few times in my career and as a past member of 14 or so nonprofit boards that I have known board colleagues and a staff so devoted with mind and heart to a common mission. Would the ACTA Board of Directors and the ACTA staff please rise to be recognized? They are doing great work. Lastly, I want to say a heartfelt thank you to everyone in this room. The ideas that many of you have shared with us have helped us shape our strategy, and your generosity as donors enable us to do the work that is so vital for our nation. Please stay with us. As Michael is about to tell you, we have risen to the challenge of a very dark year in American higher education. Despite those storm clouds, we have had a very busy and extraordinary year, and we have an amazing agenda ahead. It is now my pleasure to introduce our friend and president of the American Council of Trustees and Alumni, Michael Poliakoff.